Hello everyone, Memory here. I realized that I saved up quite a bit of footage that is pretty interesting to talk about, but it's not interesting enough or in-depth enough to make a separate video on their own, so I decided to glue them together and make a series out of it. I'm just gonna call it the progression of struggle. Yes, I was meant to call it the struggle of progression, but when I was recording, I accidentally said it the other way around, and it doesn't sound all that bad, so I ended up using it. How that happens, I don't know, but I can make an educated guess that staying at home not talking to anyone most of the time and try to use something that is not your mother's tongue to record for a video does strange thing to your brain sometimes. Anyhow, basically you can expect a series of clips where I've made significant progressions, sometimes reverse progressions, and maybe some random hilarious rare moments that ended up in my footage folder. And I'll try my best to explain stuff or somehow entertain you guys, and hopefully I'm gonna get a pen gear by the end of this year. So to start things off, here I am gathering stone rhino blood. Usually I don't do this kind of stuff unless I really have to, but now I'm trying to do it more often to prepare myself for the Manos update. Yes, Shy hits the Korea server after the Manos update, but we got Shy first instead. So it is what it is. I'll just take the opportunity to do more preparation. I'm aiming to level up life skills while gathering for the potential materials needed to make and upgrade the Manos gear in general. Since one of my goals is getting a pen gear, I decided to prepare for it first. I bought a few boss gears as backups so I can casually make a few fail stacks or go for a few try attempts whenever I feel like it. I do have a small stock of black stones and everything else except for the memory fragments. So all I need to do is wait for the price of memory fragments to drop and I can buy some for a few attempts. I need to make it as accessible to me as possible so that I will actually do it. Otherwise, every time I want to do it, I'll just look at my Velia bank and say, nope, that looks painful, not gonna happen today. My other goal is of course upgrading my accessories. I haven't been actively playing the game for a month or two now because of real life. I guess that's a good thing because I didn't need much self-control on the urge to spend money. So I got around 4 to 5 billion equivalent of liquid silver at my disposal. And so now that I see it and I got some time, I started to think, how am I gonna spend it? I need another TED ring, which is the next cheapest accessory upgrade for me. I wanted to go for the Ruin King ring, which is going for about 8.5 billion. That would mean at least another month-ish hard work from where I am now, so I settled with the good old Crescent ring. It is still around 6.5 billion when I bought it, so I decided to sold 3 character worth of old gear that I left on them for no reason. And so there's my ring upgrade out of the way. That means my current gear looks like this. And here's a stream of my notable RNG moments in the past Again, one of the reasons is because of Manos update, but more importantly, I wanted to reduce my beer consumption. Beforehand, my worker needs around 2,000 or more beer per day, so I need to cook around 5,000 potato worth of beer per day to keep that going. I don't craft cooking utensils because that means I have to gather rough stones in a regular basis. I don't want to do anything overly time consuming in a regular basis, so I just bought the basic ones. That means when I'm cooking beer, I need to come back to the game and refresh the cooking action 10 times per day on average, which is also pretty annoying. I cut down many of the less important nodes and bought the farming fences instead. Most of those nodes are Western Valencia nodes, and they usually have low silver per CP ratio. Since I'm doing farming, that means I will always have 36 contribution points available from the 6 fences I bought. So I can do trading as well. I can just use the contribution points from the fences to connect the nodes when I'm doing the crate run. I'm doing it purely for science, and the fact that I don't have to commit too much resource into it. After some calculation, trading is not as good as I thought it would be. Now, I'm not saying that it's not gonna work. Obviously it works, and that's why a lot of people are doing it. But for me, it just doesn't seem worth it, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.